I'd been using the GoPro Hero 6 for a couple of years before recently upgrading to the GoPro Hero 8. When the GoPro Hero 7 came out, I just wasn't convinced that there'd be enough of a difference to justify the upgrade. In this video, I'll tell you why I did finally decide to upgrade to the 8, and I'll show you some comparison footage so that you can decide if it's worth the investment for you. Now let me start by explaining my specific use case for the GoPro. I typically shoot on mirrorless cameras along with larger cinema cameras for professional applications. But when I'm traveling fast and light on an adventure or during a trail race, I need a camera that is light, tough, and simple to use. I'm a firm believer that the best camera is the one that you have on you. If a camera is even slightly too heavy or cumbersome, you're likely to decide to leave it at home more often than not. And that's where the GoPro comes in for me. It's my default camera for backcountry skiing and trail running adventures. It's got great stabilization when shooting video, and I can shoot raw photos that I can then develop in Lightroom for publishing to Facebook and Instagram. It's waterproof and practically bomb-proof, but it's also easy to function when I'm tired or I just don't want to be distracted. Sure, it leaves something to be desired in terms of quality, and the focal length can be a limitation. But as long as you shoot with a flat profile and you spend time grading your footage in post, you can get some surprisingly beautiful shots. So let's talk first about the GoPro Hero 6. I bought this in early 2018 to use during the Tour des Géants, a 200-mile race in the Italian Alps. I bought some extra third-party batteries and two 64GB cards, along with a handle and neoprene protective case. I was super impressed with the stabilization as well as the quality of the footage once it was graded, especially considering I had been upgrading from a GoPro 4, which didn't have any stabilization and required a separate housing to become waterproof. I also love the voice-activated functionality, which is super handy if you want to take a selfie or if you're wearing big ski gloves. Now, the GoPro Hero 7 came out a few months later, which reportedly had an updated interface as well as slightly better stabilization than the 6, but it didn't seem worth the expense. But when the GoPro Hero 8 came out, it boasted a new and improved HyperSmooth 2.0 stabilization system, as well as different housing options with support for a number of add-ons. Fortunately, my stack of batteries from the 6 still work in the 8, although with limitations in terms of the stabilization feature. But given that the new batteries are a fraction of the price of what they used to be, it was a no-brainer to buy a couple of extra along with my new GoPro Hero 8. I also picked up this Shorty mini extension pole, which works as a grip, as a little selfie stick, and even as a small tripod. The first thing I noticed compared to the GoPro 6 were the improvements in the user interface. I tend to switch not only between video and photo mode quite often, but also between video frame rates and field of view when filming. I prefer to shoot on narrow mode when shooting landscapes and then back to a wider angle for selfies. But the stabilization made the upgrade worth it alone from the 6 to the 8. My biggest gripe with the GoPro Hero 6 is the stuttering effect that I would often get in my footage, where the electronic stabilization seems to struggle to keep up, especially when running or when quickly panning. I was surprised by just how much the algorithm had improved with HyperSmooth Boost in the GoPro Hero 8, as you can see in this side-by-side comparison. No additional stabilization has been done in post, although the footage has been color graded with the same LUT applied to both. You can see just how much less bounce there is in the footage from the GoPro Hero 8, and that stuttering effect is completely gone. There's definitely still a technique to shooting smooth footage, and I tend to do more of a crab walk than a run when shooting on the move, avoiding any fast pans. But even while running, the stabilization in the GoPro Hero 8 has no problem keeping up. I'm looking forward to using this camera on all of my upcoming adventures, so stay tuned for footage from those. But in the meantime, check out some of my films shot on the GoPro Hero 6, including my latest from when I attempted to fastpack the Tahoe Rim Trail back in early summer of 2019. So what do you think? Have you made the jump to the GoPro 8? What about those of you with the GoPro 7? Do you think you'll make the investment to upgrade to the 8? Tell me in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe for more videos like this.